you very much, Laura. That was an excellent introduction. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks. And I brought a few family members along this year. So Brother Jeff, who is a professor, retired professor, I guess I should say, in chemistry and former director of the Beckman Institute, and Penny, who is a dentist from the dental side of things more. And then our daughter, Lynn, on the very end, is a teacher. And Sarah is a high school student, but now Sarah may get us back into the ag space because Sarah's interested in animal science and maybe becoming a vet, so she'll maybe another next generation. But we've got 3 generations of family here, and but it really all starts back with Grandpa, who was a University of Illinois graduate in 1923, I think it was, and when he completed his degree in agriculture, decided that he wanted to go back and farm, and he actually, not go back, I mean, he wasn't a farmer. He persuaded his father to buy him a farm, and he started farming, but he brought innovative practices back with him from the university. And back in the early 1920s, innovative practices meant machinery. But nonetheless, throughout his farming career, he used innovative practices and really changed the way that farming was being done back then for himself, but also for the neighbors in the area, and brought a lot of innovation. And he instilled that same innovative spirit into our father, and then also into my uncle, our uncle, who went back into farming also, and our brother, one brother who's not here, who started out, well, 2 brothers really started farming, but then created a startup company, my one brother, in farm software, and that was in the 1980s when software really wasn't something that was used extensively, especially in farming and agriculture. So innovation has been something that it's been instilled with us from the very beginning, and so we wanted to create this award that would help to instill innovation in startup companies that are progressing here. And I'm glad to say, like Laura said, there's been 6 previous winners of this award, and all of those folks, many of them I think are here today, but all of them, I'm glad to say, have continued to be successful. So hats off to them for really making their innovation into a successful startup company, and doing great work in the various areas that they have been doing startup work for their company. So, and I think the winner today is no less worthy of that innovation recognition than any of the previous 6 winners. It's another opportunity, another good company who I think has some very creative and very innovative practices that they'll be bringing as well. So I'm very glad that we've been able to participate and look forward to not just today, but in the future. So thanks very much, and appreciate the opportunity to participate. Did I leave anything out, guys?
So without further ado, so it is our distinct honor to present the 2023 More Innovation Prize to Farmers Risk. Farmers Risk is, and if Eric can come up here, Farmers Risk is an early stage startup based at Enterprise Works focused on helping farmers improve their risk management. They do this by building tools to help farmers more effectively market their grain, buy crop insurance, hedge their crops, and improve their overall revenue decision making. In a nutshell, Farmers Risk builds tools for farmers to understand, manage, and execute their risk management strategies around turning a crop into cash. So congratulations. Co-founder Eric Barnard joins us, a member of his team, so congratulations. And I'm going to invite Eric up to the podium to tell us more about Farmers Risk.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much to the Moore family. Thank you, Laura, for the introduction. So, just to start off a little bit here, Dakota, my partner, he can't be here with us today, but he's here with us in spirit, and his thanks, he wanted me to pass that along as well. But you mentioned, how long ago that the Ag Tech Summit was started, 8 years, and I remember sitting in some of those very early ones, watching this exact moment with companies like EarthSense and Telltale, and I just remember thinking, man, that right there is what I would love to be able to be a part of someday. And here we are, 7 years later, and we've got that opportunity. But for those here that don't know exactly what Farmers Risk is or what we're doing, we are trying to solve a problem that is very deeply personal to Dakota and myself. We both are very active on our family grain operations, and throughout our lifetime, the biggest problem that we saw was not in the growing of the crops, the agronomy decisions, the trying to manage costs. Those were all things that our families honestly seem pretty adept at. It was the marketing decisions. It was the turning that crop every year into cash in the bank. There was nothing that brought more stress, more ups and downs to our family, and it was something that left a very tangible impact on us growing up. I mean, through the 90s, there was definitely some very, very big ups and downs. And so as we got into, later on in our lifetimes, then we saw some opportunities that, hey, we think we can bring software into this space. There's so much that's being done today to focus on those agronomic and cost management decisions. There's so many great companies, many of them that you saw earlier today and will see throughout the day, that are trying to make the growing of a stalk of corn or a pod of soybeans as efficient and predictable as possible, and that is great. But we also think there needs to be as much focus on how do you turn that crop then into dollars that can make the family farm, the business, long-term profitable and sustainable. And so we're trying to tackle that with software that looks at not just your cash sales, your forward contracting decisions, but also your hedging decisions. How do you lock in a price, not just for this year, but for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years out? No farmer also would say that their marketing decisions are made just based upon posted cash prices or the futures markets. They're also looking at insurance. Crop insurance is a pivotal factor into the decisions that go into what crop am I going to put in the ground, how much am I going to spend on putting that crop in the ground. And so we are also incorporating that into our tool to help farmers make better informed decisions before they even start purchasing inputs for each year. And so going forward, we're just super excited about the customers that we are able to work with today and the customers that we want to continue to open their eyes and their minds to what software can help them with their business. We know a couple of the farmers that we've talked to this past year, their biggest pain point is the amount of time spent trying to understand whether they will be profitable or not. And we think that our software can dramatically impact that for them. So I could go on and on, but I know we've got more things to see here today. So just appreciate your time, and thank you once again for the award. So thank you.
Y'all are so quiet, man. Come on, let's get, liven it up here a little bit. So thank you to the Moore family once again. Congratulations to Eric. Just before we break, though, I know we have at least one other Moore Innovation Prize winner in the house. I see you, Manfredo. I saw Angela of Telltale earlier. Who else am I missing? If you stand up, Manfredo, I'm sorry, I'm putting you on the spot. Frost Defense was a winner previously of last year's Moore Prize, and if I don't see you out there, I'm sorry. So you can see the whole list on our website, and thank you once again, the Moore family, quite a legacy that you have left, and congrats to all the companies. We're going to take a break.